Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, former HR and recruiter of TCS and founder of Career Kunj. Friends, TCS NQT off-campus hiring 2025 interview is about to come very soon, and you might expect the interview mails within a week or so. So only the shortlisted student will receive the mail, so keep checking your mailbox, and it's the time for you now to prepare for the interview. TCS is a wonderful company. I myself have worked there. I myself have hired thousands of the students for TCS, and I have seen them going to abroad, taking top projects, latest technologies, and this all is because of they get into the TCS. So it's a very good opportunity for you and a last chance as well, because you are already getting passed out in 2025 in a month or so. And if you have an offer from TCS, it can turn out to be a very good start for your career and can change your life ahead. Trust me, I myself have joined TCS as a fresher, and I have seen the kind of journey, the kind of exposure, the kind of career growth. I can't tell you. Everybody has a different story in TCS, and if you are somebody who is having a learning attitude, who take up the opportunity, who take up the challenging task, TCS is one company that can change your career. Alright, so in this video we'll discuss how to prepare for the interview round. As I have told you, I myself was the HR, and I have taken more than 1000 interviews for TCS, for the campus students, for NQT hiring. And in this video I am going to tell you from my experience of taking interview that what should be your right strategy. And trust me friends, all these strategies that I am going to discuss with you is completely from the pure experience of taking interviews, not the ideal academic knowledge or heard from somewhere. It's my own experience that I will be sharing with you. And if you work on what I share, I am very sure that you will increase your chances of selection. At the same time, you will also, if you work on it honestly, you can easily crack it, because TCS interviews are not very difficult. They are not looking for Einstein. They are looking for more than average candidate, and with this you can easily crack the interview. At the same time, students who are already good, try for prime, try for digital, don't settle with ninja offer. So stay till end and watch till end so that you don't miss out on any point. So let's start. So yeah, that's me. As I have shared already, I am an ex-TCS HR. I am founder of Career Coach. I've been at different colleges, including IITs and IIM. So a good mentor for you to help you prepare for TCS interview for sure. All right. So first, let's understand what is the NQT process, interview process. So as I have mentioned, firstly, you will get the shortlisting mail that you have cleared the written round and you are invited for the interview on a particular date. So that is the first thing you will get. And once you arrive for your interview on the day of interview, you have to go through the document verification. I have made a separate video on document verification, that what all is needed into document verification of TCS process. So you can find that in our playlist. And so basically they check for your eligibility criteria. So TCS have eligibility criteria which you already know, that your percentage should be more than 60, not should not have gap of more than 2 years and no backlogs. So this is the criteria that they check from your documents. So that is a document verification process. And once you clear that, you are eligible and you have all the documents, the chance come for the interview. Now, very important, you have to understand that there are 3 rounds, basically technical, management and HR round, but all the 3 panels together, this sit together this day. So there will be just one round wherein all the panels are sitting together. Sometimes they are short of HR panels, so technical and MR panel. So basically technical is TR, management round is MR, and HR is HR. All right. So TR and MR round happens together if the HR panels are less, and you can have a separate HR round as well. But most likely you will expect all the interview rounds to happen in one go only, with all 3 panels sitting together. Okay, so we will understand in detail now that what should be your strategy for technical and management round, and what should be your strategy for HR round separately. Okay, so let's move on. Technical and management round. Friends, firstly, remember that this hiring is for an IT company. This hiring is for technical role, because IT company technical roles are there. So you have to firstly justify your technical competency, then only the HR round will come. Okay, so basically the TR and the MR panel will judge your competency, whether you are good to work in TCS and deliver in different roles. A technical panel is a panel who is good at technical skills. A management panel is a senior panel who comes with a good experience, who is above project management, project manager grade, and basically have a big team. They check for your overall fitness in the company, and the HR takes care of your cultural fit and your attitude part. Okay, so technical panel will definitely check your technical competency, that what you know. See, as a panel, whenever we take interview, we never think before that what we will ask. It's only from the resume that we understand that you have done this. So let's understand what is that you have done. So your resume should be very compelling. It should clearly highlight your strength areas. Please remember, don't be like you mention everything in the resume. Only mention those things which are you are strong at and you can explain. If you have mentioned something just for the sake of mentioning, for example, if you have done a course which from any website from NPTEL, but you don't know much about it, then it makes no sense to mention it, because people are going to ask you question on that. And when you mention something and you don't know, it leads you into a trouble. So please ensure that you are mentioning only the things that you know very well, and especially highlight those parts which are very strong. It could be a technical skill, it could be achievement, it could be a project, or any extracurricular activity. So highlight those things, because panels will definitely ask you questions from there. So make a very good resume. If you don't have a good resume, uh, uh, I will make a separate video on resume making, so you can check from that how to make a good resume and how it should be like to make it very appealing. So stay tuned with us. We will coming up with a resume making video as well. So very important, resume. All right, and then uh, see, technical interview is about having technical skills. Okay, so you have to work on your some of the technical skills. It could be a programming language. If you are a CSIT student, of course, programming language you should know. If you are a non-CSIT student, still this days Python and other languages are very easy and part of different courses, be it non-CSIT as well. Even that in non-CSIT role like mechanical, civil, electrical, you study at least a part of programming in your first year. So brush up those concepts. It should not be like, at least the CSIT student, you should be very good at least one language, and you should have made one project as well. People who are aspiring prime and digital, please be thorough with one programming language that people can ask you anything about it. And then, ideally you should have made a project on that as well, which you can share that yes, you have used this programming language to make some project. Okay, so be very thorough with it. Okay, and non-CSIT students have a good understanding about the programming language. Don't go into detail, but you should understand what it is and how it is work. It should not be like you are blank. Of course, you don't know how to code, which is still fine, but you should be able to understand what it is. It should not be like what are these words, right? Okay, so get an exposure of what it is, and you can easily find such videos on YouTube. So you can just go through them, and which will give you a fair idea about what it is and what are the different technologies, so that you can speak that language, which is very important in a technical round. All right. So another thing that is that for the students who have made good projects in their academics, please go through it very well, because project is one thing which shows your practical knowledge output. So far it is all theory, but project is one evidence that you have used your knowledge to implement something. And in companies, work happens very practical. It is not about theory, it is about the actual work. So both, especially MR panel, will be very interested to know what was your project, what problem you have picked up, what technology you have used, what solution you have provided, what was the outcome, how you have done that, what was the team size, what was your role. So So this kind of a questions will be asked from the project. So be very thorough with the project. Usually students don't make projects very sincerely, but that is fine. At least for the presentation point of view, you can present in a way that you know it very well, all the concepts, and this is very helpful for the larger community. So a good project will increase your chances of selection, because I tell you, uh, we will ask questions from resume, and then a project is one unique thing in your resume, that is something where you have worked upon and used your practical knowledge. So of course that becomes most attracting thing to evaluate a candidate. Students with good projects, all the interviews that I have taken, there 70% of the questions are from the project, and they are certainly selected because that shows that they know it. Okay, so project, be very thorough. Next thing is that if you have done some certification courses from NPTEL or other platforms, do mention them and do revise them as well. You might have done it in the first year, you might have done in second year, now you are in the final year, you must have forgotten that. So if you are mentioning, as I said in the starting, you should be very thorough with that to explain to the interviewer that what it is, and uh, and quickly it should come out. It should not be like you go into a stage of thinking or what was that. No, it should come out very fast, and that shows that you know about the concept. Okay, so if you cannot do the complete course, at least find some basic knowledge about it, some good definition, because you have to explain, so you need some exact definition. For example, if you have done a technical course on some language, you need to explain it, so you need some good definition and good technical words to justify that, and for which you can use YouTube videos. You can use chat gpt is very helpful these days, to get good answers, to get accurate answers. So use that as well for your preparation. Another thing you have to understand is that all of you should be good at least two subjects, because you have learned a lot of subjects and nobody knows everything, even including your panel as well. So nobody knows everything, but there are few areas where we should be very thorough, and at least two subjects from the entire 4 years, it is bare minimum that people expect from you. So for example, if the interview is going like that, you are not able to answer what interviewer is asking, then he will ask you what you know, and that is an opportunity for you to tell him that I know this subjects and you ask me questions from there, and then he will ask you questions from there, and there you cannot afford a chance to not answer any question, because that is something, your favorite subject, and he has all rights to ask you any questions out of it. And of course, if you are prepared, and you can answer that very easily, and that will certainly put a very good impression about it. And trust me, TCS is so big company that it has all the roles. It has different roles, so whatever subject you study, you is your favorite, will have some place in TCS to use. All right, especially for the non-CSIT students, I know you people will face a challenge. By the way, I am myself is a mechanical engineer, so I can understand your position. So at least find two subjects from your mechanical engineering, because many panels are also non-CSIT engineers, and then they start asking questions from your particular course, and sometimes they even check on the Google or laptop questions from your course, and then they ask you the question. So very important that at least two subjects which we should know. At the same time, the famous topics we should know. It cannot be like you are a mechanical engineer and you don't know how does a combustion engine works, or you are electrical engineer, how does a transformer work. So basic concepts, fundamental concepts of everything should be very good. At the same time, it is very important that you should know about the latest technologies, what is trending in IT as of now. So it's Gen AI, it's cloud, it's data science, it's cyber security. So you should have a very thorough understanding that what are these technologies, because this days the new projects which are coming up are on this technologies. At the same time, these are very high paying technologies. So it cannot be like that just Java and that's it. No, you should be updated with this latest technologies and the latest trends in IT. All right, and it doesn't matter whether you are a CSIT student, be it of any branch, you should be thorough with what is happening in the technology as of now. Again, this will put a very good impression. Know about TCS, again very important. You are applying for TCS, so you should know about it. Many panels ask questions about TCS. When I used to take interviews, I used to ask candidates, what do you know about TCS? And then if you have not read about it, you give funny answers. Trust me, who is the CEO? People say Ratan Tata. Those are the funny kind of answers students give, and that leads to their rejection, because that is a very basic thing which is. Another weakness which you should not mention is like you are not good with coding, it is difficult for you to learn coding. Avoid mentioning that. You might be, but still, it's an interview, so it should not become a point to reject you. That's okay. Keep it with you. You can say you are a perfectionist, you are emotional, you are an overthinker, you are a procrastinator. Everybody, to some, in some extent, have this problems, and which is completely fine. All right. So work on your communication, because TCS works for international clients, and it's very important that one should have a good communication. Good communication doesn't mean very fluent English. Of course, if it is, then it is appreciated. But otherwise, you should be able to articulate your ideas confidently. So that is what a good communication is. What is articulation? Articulation is explaining your ideas, answers without break. Usually, what happens is how a poor articulation student answers, sir, TCS is an IT company. No, so it's like, sir, TCS is an IT company. It's a leader. It's a global leader. It's number one in Asia. It has more than 6 lakhs employees. So basically, this is an articulation. Okay, so work on it. It comes with practice. If possible, then try to record your answers in a selfie camera. It will again will give you feedback to your own self that where are you lagging in the articulation. Communication certainly makes an impression. You as an individual also get impressed with people's communication, right? So will be your panel. So please work on that. Show that you're a team player. One thing, how this is just, for example, you have done a project, and usually what happens in a college is people make a group, but only few people work. And then they ask you, what was your role in the project? I have seen some student answer, sir, only I have worked, rest of the students have not done any job. So that shows you are not a team player. It puts a bad impression that you are an individual player who takes all the credit. Okay, so you have to give credit to others also, and that is how the team works. One player cannot make a team win. Everybody has to take up some responsibility, and that is what you have to learn. Even if it's not the case, then learn it now and at least say it in the interview to get selected. Okay, some expert tips: be confident and be smiling, because confidence make is the most important thing. If you are confident, then you will still get selected without you not answering much questions, because a confident personality is appreciated by everyone. If you are not confident, then you will get nervous and you will not be able to think during the interview, and it will spoil your interview performance. So very important to stay confident, and confidence comes from practice. So do practice a lot, revise your key concepts, and whatever things I have mentioned, work on them. Be smiling. Nobody knows everything. If you're not able to answer something, say, sorry, sir, I don't know. That's okay. Nobody knows everything. If they are continuously asking you something which you don't know, tell them what you know. Give them a chance to ask the questions from that area. Still fine. I am telling you, TCS doesn't go for Einstein. They go for above average candidates, and if you are the one, you can easily get selected. And I'm very sure majority candidates are like that. Make notes. Very important, that if you don't make notes, you will forget things. I have seen people forget who is the CEO of TCS. In the name of CEO, they say chairman's name. In the name of chairman's name, they say CEO's name. So again, if you are reading something, make a note of it, because there are high chances if you are reading at the last moment, you will forget that. So very important that you make notes and you keep it with you, 2 pager, 3 pager. And whenever, like on the day of the interview, it's a long process, so your interview chance will come, take some time, and that is where you can keep on revising them. Yeah, you can give a mock interview. Mock interview is like giving a interview before your actual interview, so that you can understand where are you lacking. And you can take an help of an expert, or if you want, then I can also take a mock interview. And I have taken so many mock interviews, and since I have experience of taking interviews for TCS, I take my mock interview like a real interview, and give you the feedback where are you liking, which areas you should work upon, and that will give you an exact interview feedback, and you can work on those areas before your real interview. So this is very important. You can book a mock interview with me, which you can see on the screen. The link is given in the description box. These are some feedbacks of the students who has given mock interview with me. So yeah, it really helps because you are not sure what can be asked, and it's the last chance for you to make into TCS. So you should ensure it. So I would recommend, if you want to improve your selection chances, then definitely give a mock interview. All right, thank you and all the best, and do follow our channel. We are going to post more content about the preparation strategy for TCS interview, and not just that, what will happen after your interview, what will happen after your offer letter, and before joining, other formalities. We will be posting content about everything, and it will all be from my experience of TCS, very authentic knowledge that I will be sharing with you. Thank you so much, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn. All the best for your interview.